But back now to our top story, of course. Another day of intense negotiation is anticipated as the political parties try to form a government. So that's developing throughout the morning. Let's get the rest of the news, though, you're waking up to. Here's Penny.
Not the best, though. Definitely not the best. We've got lots of texts and emails from you this morning. Helen's in our web studio.
Well, we'll get our producers working hard this morning, shall we? They've had an easy life, long
Yeah.
enough. Any difficult constitutional issues? Go on.
We should
put an email.
Helen isn't on fire, by the way. That's just
a bit of air conditioning. Makes it look like the vapours from the Thames are coming up to engulf us all, doesn't it?
She's all right. She's safe. We're going to find out what's happening where you are.
Of the most irritating phrases in the English language. It's not...
Absolutely. Does that get on your nerves? Do we say it more?
With all due respect, fairly unique at the end of the day. So that's a few of them there. And the other ones are, I personally, at this moment in time, and absolutely...
Do you know which one I hate? Hi, hun. I hate that. Hi, hun. Hi, hun.
Well, bye, hun.
Also this morning, end of the road for...
The VAT hike in January and rising food costs keeps the consumer price index above 3%, but wage growth is just over 1%, squeezing households' incomes. Nick Dixon has been to meet one family to find out the pressure they're under. Thank you very much indeed. It is a pretty wintry August at the moment. Let's get the outlook now from Claire. Start with the front of the papers. Times this morning. Yesterday.
Daily Mirror has further inquiries, investigations surrounding those calls for a full inquest into the death of Dr. Kelly. Daily Mail claims it's to move. They were trying to fine him. They ended up with 4 clamps on his car, still refused to move. They couldn't tow him away because that's illegal. And finally, as crowds cheered, he was let off with just £100. They were trying to fine him £4,000.
30 hours he was in there.
30 hours. He just stayed put. You know, stuck it out. On now to calls from a leading doctor to decriminalise drugs, and it's prompted a new debate about the future of Britain's drug laws.
Professor Sir Ian Gilmore, the former president of the Royal College of Physicians, says a total ban on drugs has not succeeded in reducing crime or improving the nation's health. GMTV caught up with him in Ireland. Well, let's get the view now from Dr.
Snow in May.
Snow.
It's madness. It's madness. Now, the lucky winner of this week's prize will get a brand new soft-top car and a new summer wardrobe in the snow. Jenny Faulkner is at Lulworth Castle with all the details. Now, but first, the hay fever season is upon us, and here's Dr. Hilary Jones with some help.
Lots more from Jenny a little bit later on.
Yeah, come on, ruin those nails.
Good training for the marathon.
All right, more from Jenny a little later on, but first the news you're waking up to from Penny. Thank you very much indeed. Now, big debate in the office this morning.
Has the heir to the throne dyed his hair? Do you secretly dye your husband's hair? I'd love to know if there's any women out there.
Secretly? What, at night?
No. If they slip sort of hair dye into the shampoo. Because they don't know.
That would be good. Have you ever done it as a teenager? I remember doing some with food colouring when we were younger.
My friend Ginge put some sunning in his hair when we were 17. His head in, and went ginger, and he's still called Ginge now.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's never lived it down?
Never lived it down.
OK, all right, let's check what's happening where you are. Now, fancy telling your neighbours green with envy by winning a fantastic green energy-efficient package, including a car, fridge, freezer and TV.
Well, Tommy Walsh can tell you more.
Thank you.
You're looking really well.
Thank you.
Are you feeling
yes,
better?
I am feeling a bit better. Still a bit sore. And I was nil by mouth for a long time, so it's not a diet I'd recommend.
But that wasn't nil by mouth. You could still talk, though, which was a disappointing thing.
Ben tried to get nil by mouth put on the cameras this morning, but including not speaking. It didn't work.
Didn't work. In this week's competition, you could win a convertible car and a summer wardrobe. Here's your details.
Thanks very much indeed. So, although we're still none the wiser about who'll be the next Prime Minister, one thing is certain, Gordon Brown's future is looking pretty bleak. So who could replace him as party leader? Well, here's Marcella Whittingdale. Now, John Terry's been all over the front and the back pages, as we know, for weeks now.
You know the answers, Dan, because no one's been able to say...
Sure he will. Why he's done, does he? Please don't be honest. please don't unleash things.
No, I only ever talk about you when you're there.
Oh, really?
That's the most important
in front of everybody?
Thing. Yeah, don't do it.
OK. All right, brilliant. Still to come on GMT.
There you go. And if you're a Beverly Knight fan, she's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks performing her new single. And if you'd like to nominate your mum to be crowned Britain's best mum, Jeff Brazier has the details.
Cross Lady Gaga, meet her in the corridor. That would be a standoff you'd like to... Particularly a music fan.
Oh, you're joking.
Really? Is
my goodness.
Oh, he's had a couple of hits.
He's had 4 #1 hits he's had.
All right, I'm a big fan of the man, so I will stand corrected.
He's going to sing as well, you can see it.
You're not.
More about Kelly's...
But first, more on those new figures out this morning that are expected to show inflation is still higher than the government's official target and nearly 3 times more than the rate of people's salary increases.
The VAT hike in January and rising food costs keep the consumer price index above 3%, but wage growth is just over 1%, squeezing households' incomes, of course. Nick Dixon has been to meet one family to find out the pressure they're under.
Well, today's figure will also give train passengers an idea of just how much more they'll have to pay for their tickets next year.
Yes, victory there. Let us know if you've got any clamping stories or parking problems that you want to share with us. We'd love to hear them this morning. We'll try and get to them.
OK. Now, we've been inspired this morning by this picture. Have a little look. Heather and Mike Godfrey, the day, and it was a tiny little plant, came back to find it was above their house.
And it's taken over. What have you found in your back garden while you've been away? Let us know that as well.
My friend came back from holiday to find that her cat Buttons had moved house. Someone else was feeding her, and she just kind of thought, nice to have you back. I'm staying over there.
True
so
love.
Let us know
Feed
what
me.
you've come back from holiday to find. We'd love to hear about it.
Indeed.
Here's what's happening where you are. Should we get today's weather now? Here's Claire.
10 minutes past 6 news headlines you're waking up to this morning. Surrounded by them. I think if you were there, I mean, you heard it on the TV and you could hear it, but actually it's just the most...
The mum of two, who's also vice-chairman of West Ham Football Club, says she now regrets failing to spend more time bonding with her daughter Sophia, who's now 14. Well, there you go.
It's a massive battle, isn't it?
Isn't it?
My sister-in-law is there at the moment, sort of having to go back to work and not wanting to leave the baby, and it's so difficult.
And a lot of people don't have any choice.
Absolutely.
They feel like they've got to go back to work for money. And also, but then I know some mums that actually quite like doing a little bit of work in those early weeks because it made them feel almost a bit more normal back to their previous life. So I guess it's all personal, really. But love to know what you think about it. GM.tv. We're going to get the weather now from Claire. But first, a soldier from the Logistics Corps has been praised for defusing dozens of bombs in Afghanistan and saving colleagues.
We'll sing. You can get in the mood for tonight's award.
I'm so sorry. Can I just say in my defence, it was there on the script, but then, to be honest, I should have a brain.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I should do.
We gave up looking for that years ago.
You're right, actually.
Ravi, our producer, said it was November. He had a long night, bless him. Lots of you seem to think that dyeing your hair is the way to go.
Karen Kendall says, I have very ginger hair, eyebrows and lashes, and very pale skin. I dyed all three black during a hairdressing course when I was 17 and looked like Morticia. I burned all the photos, so maybe natural's best. Been through. It's gothic phase.
Is it more that it's filled it out a little bit so it doesn't... Can we look at the picture again? I don't know if we can.
I don't want to end up in the tower. I'm not making any comment at all.
I don't know whether it's just, it was a bit thin. It's coming up to 8:15, the news headlines you're waking up to this morning. Crazy weather reflecting the political climate. We had lots of texts and emails about the current situation, the limbo we find ourselves...
First, all this week we're focusing on allergies, and in a recent GMTV allergy survey, 40% of you said you suffered from a food allergy. Can you believe that? Dr. Hilary and Amanda Russell have this handy little guide to tell if your allergy is really a food intolerance. Let's see if Richard can press the right button now. Petition, you've the chance to win a stylish soft top, Richard. Here are the details. Yeah,
thanks,
good luck with that. I'm not sure today is the day for soft top, though, is it?
Not necessarily, but it's going to come good, and it's lovely to have you back.
Thank you. Oh, is it?
You feeling better?
You changed your tune. That's because we've nearly finished,
yeah,
isn't
absolutely.
it? Yeah,
we're about to go. We're going to get the weather. That's it from us, and Lorraine's on along in just a moment. You know that reverse parking?
Yes, it wasn't me.
My friend... friend Pete's mum was driving her car. She's quite old.
Yeah.
And she was trying to park, and this very nice gentleman said, can I park your car for you? He said, oh, that would be lovely. So she got out of the car, walked behind the car. As he got in the car, reversed backwards, hit my friend's mum, who was fine. She was absolutely fine. In his panic, he put the car in forward and accelerated away and drove straight into a lamppost. So not only did he take her out, but he wrote the car off as well.
Thanks for that. Handing the keys back.
How can you imagine?
So easily done.
Isn't it,
I don't know why people complain
Isn't it,
about
Kate?
it. Easily done. I mean, there's loads of gears. You don't know which one you're putting it in.
When you're parking? She just closes her eyes.
I can't watch, Mum. I can't watch. She's 4. Very depressing.
Talking of children, it's the last few days before the end of term. Obviously, pressure's mounting. What are you going to get your teacher as a present? They've got to remember your child, surely.
I know, not only are you bracing yourself for sort of 6 weeks of having them on your hands, you've got to get a present first. We've carried out our own survey to see how well teachers fare on the present front. We know they deserve something. Here's Tiffany Royce's end-of-year report. Competition time now, and if you need a new car, this week's competition could be right up your street. Here's Anna Ryder-Richardson. Spacious family car and the chance to help out friends and families is this week's competition. Anna Ryder-Richardson has the details.
You lived in the Royal Crescent
studying
in
there, studying there.
Studying? You lived in the Royal Crescent
studying
in
there, studying there.
Studying? You lived in the Royal Crescent in
studying there, studying there.